Hello, Taurus. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love reading for the second half of August from the 16th all the way through the end of the month, the 31st. General advice as always, so please keep that in mind today or whenever you're guided to tune into this reading. And always take from the reading whatever makes sense for you personally and release what doesn't make sense. So these are 4 decks that I was gravitating towards for the second half of the month for the collective. So we'll be starting things off with the Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon. We'll grab some advice from the Heart and Soul Whispers of Love deck by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. And this one is the Truth deck, the Soulmate edition by Pretty Spirits. And I'll also grab some dialogue messages from my HEARTSPACE Oracle. I'll incorporate a few other decks that I'm being guided to use this time for this particular reading, Taurus. So let's get into it. Let's see what it is that needs to grab your attention at this point in time, okay? All right, guys, and if this is the first time that you're here, welcome and thank you so very much for being here. So Taurus, we're focusing on the current energies of the connection, whoever it is that you're focused on at this time. So what does that look like? What is it that you need to know heading into the second half of August for Taurus? So we are starting things off with casual dating. And if that's something that you already relate to, Taurus, maybe right now, you could also be in between partnerships. Maybe you just ended a relationship. You're not really looking to get into anything too serious, you know, so maybe you're just really enjoying exploring and seeing what's out there for you. But you could also have gotten involved with somebody who maybe wasn't ready for anything serious and they just wanted something casual. So we'll see, you know, what's going on there once we start tapping into some tarot messages. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. What else do we need to know? Second half of August, as far as the current energies here. We do have Heartstorm, and whenever I see this, it kind of reminds me of a tower moment type feeling. Maybe there's somebody here who disappointed you, who hurt you, especially if they weren't ready for anything too serious, Taurus, and maybe you were on a very different journey where you were really looking for that once-in-a-lifetime type of love. So this right here could represent heartbreak and disappointments. Let's go ahead and grab one more, and then we'll take a look at the current energies with some tarot for Taurus. We have Rendezvous. Okay, so whenever I see this, it kind of reminds me of that Two of Cups type of vibe, which is about partnership. So even though you might have had your heart broken by somebody who disappointed you because they maybe weren't ready for commitment, this ultimately could be a new chapter that's coming in for you, or you've already moved on to someone who's not afraid to be your life partner, who is ready for commitment, who is seeing you as their ideal mate, perhaps, and maybe you feel the same way. And then bottom of the deck, we do have Roses Are Red, and it says true love. So that's beautiful. So whatever you've been through in the past that might represent that tower, that heart storm, you will heal from that. You will move on from that so that you can find the happiness that perhaps a true love, a new love for some of you guys might bring you. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot here and let's see what else we can learn for you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. I'll be pulling from my Valentine Connection tarot deck here. All right, so there's some healing that's needed for some Tauruses because of past heartbreak, or this could even be currently what's going on. Look at this. This is so significant, Taurus. First of all, the Hierophant represents this spiritual lesson, but it's also significant in this reading because the Hierophant represents Taurus specifically. Okay, so this is telling us right here, you're ready for commitment and the other person just wanted to casually date and not get into anything too heavy or too serious. So that hurt you probably, or it really disappointed you. This makes sense too that we've got the World card, because that is a cycle that has completed. So even though this person disappointed you, hurt you, broke your heart, possibly you guys might have experienced that Tower moment, that cycle has completed. And what's actually a good thing about that, you now have hopefully learned specific lessons when it comes to particular people, and you're opening up a new cycle, okay, in order to be able to attract this kind of love if you haven't already found it. Divine Feminine, here you are, coming in as the Empress. And again, so significant here, Taurus, because the Empress does represent Taurus energy as well. Isn't that interesting? So it does say maternal influence. Some of you guys, maybe you already have a child or children with someone from a previous partnership, or that's something that you would like to build with somebody here. You could be single, you could be really ready for a new chapter for this true love to come in, or as I've mentioned, maybe you've already met that person, okay? And this is somebody that I feel you have a lot in common with. Maybe the very first time that you guys met, there could have been an instant attraction as well. Let's see what else here. Look at this. We have the Ace of Wands. Let me move these guys over so you can see this. So as you can see, we've got the Sun, which is such a beautiful energy. Even though you've been through that Tower, even though you've been through this heart storm, the Sun always comes out to be able to bring you that happiness through a new beginning here. So if you haven't gotten to this part of the journey yet, Taurus, just know that it's on its way to you. There's potential perhaps in a new love connection, or you saw the potential in someone else that you were able to connect with after having your heart disappointed, okay? Look at this, and then you've got the Star. So this is a wish that can manifest, whether it has manifested already or it's on its way to you. It's a very good energy for these three cards to actually be right next to each other. You're meant for better. You're meant for happiness. You know, life is too short to be able to continue to invest time and energy in somebody who's just on a very different path from you, you know. And this right here is the heartbreak, the disappointment, that heart storm. That's what that represents. This particular deck, it does say love triangle. It could have represented a third-party situation, but if that's not a part of your story, then this is simply somebody that hurt you, broke your heart, and created a separation here. So that's what's currently the energy that's coming forward for this connection. Okay, so for those of you who are in separation and really wanting to reconnect, however, with this person, there is a new beginning that's coming forward. Okay, maybe they are being guided back to you somehow, wanting a new beginning. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to take a look at that energy here, Taurus, and see what else we can tap into. So I wanted to focus on their innermost thoughts about the connection. All right, so we'll grab some cards from the Heart and Soul Whispers of Love, and then we'll combine that with a card or two from the Truth Deck Soulmate Edition. All right, so their innermost thoughts about the connection. They hurt you. We do see that here. For some of you guys, maybe this person wants to return, wants to start a new cycle in this love connection. Even if we can't work things out, let's remain friends. So maybe if that's something that you relate to, you're content with being friends with this person rather than being involved with them romantically. So take that if it makes sense for you. Let's grab a couple more cards. But look at that. They're still sexually attracted to you. Damn, I'm so sexually attracted to you is what that says. So here's the thing, because that's a bit of a contradiction. You know, let's remain friends, but at the same time, they're still sexually attracted. So they could also be lying to themselves that they would actually be cool being friends, but they really want you as a romantic partner. Let's grab one more. Their innermost thoughts about the connection. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Look at that. So if that's the case, I kind of feel that this individual, they really need to be honest with themselves as to what it is that they want. Because if this is a conversation that you guys actually had, you know, it's like, let's just be friends. We're better off as friends. They weren't being open and honest with you because they really do feel that either you're the one that got away, they clearly are very attracted to you sexually, and now they're telling you you're the best thing that ever happened to me. So let's go ahead and grab a card from the truth deck here. What is really the truth of what's going on and their innermost thoughts about you, the connection? Look at that. Deceiving you, you know? So if this actually happened and that created possible drama in this connection, first of all, let me go back to the cards that already came forward. So the Three of Swords right here could have represented that deceptive vibe with this person, Taurus. They weren't being open and honest with you, and that hurt you. That created that heart storm. Now, if it was a love triangle, if it was a third-party situation, they clearly were not being honest. They were lying to you. They were maybe sneaking around behind your back, doing things that really hurt you, the connection, and I kind of feel this might have shot them in the foot because they ended up hurting themselves by what they did, you know? So let's go ahead and grab some tarot here, and let's see what else needs to come forward. I'll be pulling from my Taniellu tarot deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus for the second half of August. Yeah, they're lying to you, they're lying to themselves, and that's clarified by this. Look at this. Seven of Swords, cheating. So it seems to be a part of the equation for some Tauruses that they were being deceptive. There was some sort of betrayal here, okay? There was cheating. There could have been a love triangle, a third party, as we've seen. And maybe at this point, you just want to be able to move forward with your life, not necessarily with this person, but if there is a part of you, despite what you guys have been through and the hurt you've been through, if there's still a part of you that would be willing to give this person a second chance, first of all, it falls on you, Taurus, whether or not that's going to happen. But I'm feeling for some of my Tauruses, there's a part of you that's just ready to look ahead to the future and welcome in somebody new. Because if they were cheating on you, if there was some sort of betrayal here, this was lacking. That Six of Pentacles with equality, that's not equality. That's them giving to themselves and giving to others and not giving to the partnership. Look at this. We've got the Knight of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups. They had way too many choices, too many options in love. And there were conflicts here, you see? So you guys could have really gotten into it. Five of Wands, it represents disagreements, fights, you know, the conflict that we do see right here. The Knight of Wands, very adventurous type. This is somebody that can be looked upon as very adventurous, yes. Action-oriented, yes. Never a dull moment. It's very exciting times with this person. You would enjoy being with this individual. But when it comes down to really committing to one another, that's not the Knight of Wands. You know, they tend to be non-committal. They tend to want to be in play mode, okay, because of all of these options that they had. Now, the interesting thing here is, Taurus, this card is right next to you are the best thing that ever happened to me. So even though they had all of these choices, you're still coming through as the best person that's ever entered their life. And so you guys could have certainly had a very sexual connection, the attraction, the chemistry, that could have been there. All of those fun adventures that you guys shared together, But if you are looking for commitment from this person, that just was not there. Let's see here. Look at this. You've got the sun coming through again. So this is something that you can have, Taurus, as far as being happy in your life. Even though they put you through so much. They hurt you, they disappointed you, they broke your heart. Either they broke up with you or you decided to break up with them because they were cheating or they did something to really ruin the partnership. You can claim this energy of the sun for yourself. If this person really wants to be a part of your life, a part of your future, they will have to show you in the 3D that they would love to be able to be a part of your life and that they really have let go of all of these deceptive type behaviors, because that can still fall into place depending, of course, on how you see them, should you even give them the opportunity to reconnect with you. So the way I see this, the choices are yours now. You can either give them a second chance or you can close that door forever and weigh your own options and decide to focus on your own future. Even if you are single right now, even if you are in between partnerships, the ball is still in your court as to how this happiness can come in, as to how things can be more of a celebration in your life rather than heart storms and tower moments and disappointments and grief and heartbreak. It doesn't have to be that. That's a part of your story, but it's not your whole entire story, Taurus. Okay, so that's what's presenting itself there. So the next thing we're going to take a look at here, messages from their higher self, okay? What it is that they need to share with you at this point in time. You could also see these messages and feel that you relate to them for what it is you want to convey to them. Could go either way. But I am going to be focusing on the person you're thinking about, okay? So this is my Heart Space Oracle deck here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. Focusing on Taurus, the person you're thinking about. Let's grab some messages from their higher self to you. Just say it. Maybe there were certain things that you held back from saying, or there could be unspoken words between the two of you, okay? And they are perhaps, maybe they never had closure when it comes to this connection, for those of you who are in separation. Let's see what else here. What else for Taurus? Messages from your person's higher self. There's something about the kisses that you guys have shared. Okay. They think about that. We see that they are still very sexually attracted to you. What else for Taurus? What started out as friendship turned into something so magical. Let's bring the magic back. So this is someone who wants to bring this element of magic, that chemistry that you guys shared, they want it back. Bottom of the deck, look at this. Even though we can't be together right now, I can still remember the last time we made love. You make my heart race with desire for you still. So I'm not surprised to see that. We've already seen that they are very sexually attracted to you still, Taurus. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional messages here. I'll be pulling from my Tarot Teacher, the revised edition. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Taurus, second half of August. So they're even acknowledging we can't be together right now. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe they know that this would not be a good time to even reach out or to try. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which makes sense for me because this is a very independent, solo type energy. So they're feeling the distance. Not to say that they're sitting at home just pining away for you, but Maybe they've worked on other parts of their life. The Nine of Pentacles, when it comes to their job, their finances, maybe that part of their life is going well. But when it comes to love, that could be the thing that's missing, you know. Divine Feminine, you're coming in with the energy of the High Priestess. Some of you guys could actually be watching for a masculine Taurus, and you could represent the Cancer. Take that if it makes sense. So this is tapped into your intuition. Maybe you've gained some wisdom during this time apart. And this is clearly telling us here, you ended up getting hurt. You know, maybe right now you've got your guard up. You've set some boundaries for this person. But you haven't given up on the idea of love. You know, this is also what I like about the Nine of Wands. It's also about learning from things in the past that didn't work. Learning from past failure. And as we've seen in the reading already, Taurus, there could have been other people. There could have been love triangles. Because this right here, we have love rivals, competition, some sort of conflict there, you know, that represents this very conflicted type energy, you know. So we've already seen that. The conflicts that you guys have run into as a result of this person who just wanted to casually date. They weren't ready to commit to you. So that's where some of those disappointments stems from. Look at this. We do have the Star card coming up again. So I can't help but feel that you've got somebody here who's being guided back to you somehow. But this does represent a fulfilled wish for you, Taurus. It could also represent the fact that they still see you as their wish come true. Whenever I see this card, it also reminds me perhaps that you need to continue to focus on loving yourself. It's also about self-care. So that's what you need to work on in the meantime. And then we have the Two of Swords, bottom of the deck. So this is already confirming right now there's this stuck energy. You know, again, even though we can't be together right now. So in a way, they already know that there's this stagnation, that vibe that's coming through in this situation right now. Maybe you're on the fence as to whether or not you will accept this person back in, considering the history and the pain you've been through with them. So maybe right now you need more time, or you're undecided. You could also be content being single right now until the right person comes along for you. Whatever the case might be, as of right now, it's just not moving. It can move later on down the line, but I feel you're the only one, Taurus, that can get it moving in that direction. All right, guys. So let's continue to tap into your energies here for the second half of August. So the next thing I wanted to take a look at are songs, lyrical messages about the connection. I'll be pulling from my Heart Songs of the 90s. And if you're not familiar with the songs, see if you relate to the lyrics itself. For Taurus. Well, we've got two songs coming forward. I was going to grab three. So we have All for Love by Rod Stewart, Bryan Adams, and Sting. And then we have Just Another Day by John Cicada. Okay, bottom of the deck, we've got Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell. And I can't help but notice that all of these songs are by male artists here. So this could perhaps represent a divine masculine energy as well. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these songs here. So, All for Love, let's make it all for one and all for love. Let the one you hold be the one you want, the one you need. Because when it's all for one, it's one for all. When there's someone that you know, then just let your feelings show and make it all for one and all for love. The vibe that I pick up from that song, Taurus, it's about two people who are on the same page, two people who are willing to work together. You know, it's about teamwork. And I feel that might have been lacking for some of you. And now we have possibly a divine masculine who recognizes that it has to be teamwork. You guys have to be all in, fully invested. And then we have Just Another Day by John Cicada. Mornings alone. When you come home, I breathe a little faster every time we're together. It'd never be the same if you're not here. How can you stay away so long? Why can't we stay together? Just give me a reason. Give me a reason. So we have a person here who's feeling very alone. There's something about those mornings that are very difficult. And, you know, the memories that you guys have shared, those intimate moments, of course, and they're feeling the emptiness, they're feeling that void. And even though, you know, they're questioning why you guys can't be together, I feel especially when it comes to the divine masculines, they know the reason based off of what's come through in this reading. It could have been trust issues. They did something to deceive you somehow, perhaps divine feminine, and this is them needing to be really honest with themselves. And then we have Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell. I started to write you letters, but I wanted to be more clever. I wanted to get down and sweet talk you, but just like a baby, I could not talk, and I tried to come closer, but I could not walk. And I think of it every night, how I just could not get it right. If we ever come close again, I know what I'll say then. So we might have had a masculine who either literally wrote a letter but maybe never sent it. This could also be, of course, in the equivalent of today's world, an email or a text, or maybe they tried to DM you on social media and it's written out, they poured their heart out, and maybe they just did not send it because they felt like it just came short of what it is that they really wanted to convey to you. And so they're kind of keeping these feelings in, perhaps in the meantime, and if they're given a second chance to even come face to face with you, they're telling you here, I know exactly what I'm going to say to maybe apologize, to be able to possibly fix this whole situation between the two of us. So that's what's coming through for me when it comes to these songs. All right, guys, so now we've come to the part of the reading where it's more of an interactive thing, to give you guys the opportunity to ask up to 3 questions. You don't, of course, have to have 3 questions. If you don't, it could be about anything, whether it's love, whether career, friendships, family, whatever question you have. So I'll go ahead and ask 3 questions on behalf of the collective here from my Yes No Oracle, and then we'll grab a time frame for each one. I'll be using my Time Traveler Oracle. So just take these with a grain of salt, just like the rest of the reading, of course, since it is general advice. And if you end up getting an answer or a time frame that isn't favorable, perhaps timing could be a little bit off, or this is your angel guide's way of telling you that you are preparing yourself for something new or something better. Okay, so go ahead and ask your first question, whatever that might be, and then we'll grab a time frame. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. So we have a no for the very first question. Let's go ahead and grab a time frame. So if it's no right now, maybe in time that can change, if that wasn't the answer that you were hoping for. Time frame for question number 1. The month of November. Okay, so we're in August right now, so it's a few months away, which really isn't that long, you know, but especially if you're feeling antsy about it or impatient, maybe that seems like forever. So for now, it's not the right time perhaps, but maybe around November is when something might shift and change. Okay, so if you have a second question, go ahead and say it out loud, focus on it, think about it, and let's see what the answer is for Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, please. Ooh, okay, so we have another no. Okay. And it's interesting, this particular deck, that's all that's in here. Yeses and nos, and they've got all different designs. 2 of the same design coming forward. That's interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a time frame for question number 2, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, please, for question number 2 for Taurus. What is the time frame? Okay, so for now, at this moment, whenever you're watching it, it's not happening, but something during the course of this week might give you further clarification about your question. All right, so go ahead and ask your third question if you have one. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. What else do we need to know here? For question number 3, for the collective, angels and spirit guides, please. We have 3 no's coming forward, Taurus, so maybe the timing could possibly be off at the time that you're watching this. Or again, the universe's way of telling you you deserve better. All right, let's grab a time frame for number 3. Okay, so this one says 2 weeks. So something could either happen for some of you guys this week or the next couple of weeks. For others, it's a little bit longer, around November. All right, guys, so that is where I'm going to leave this reading this time around. Hopefully there's something here that you were able to resonate with. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box, as well as the action buttons at the end of this video. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you next time.